Hello everyone, I thought I would make a little video guide on how to upgrade your Vikings War of Clan accounts. Um, this will show you a little bit of what order, in my opinion, I think you should upgrade things and where you can spend gold and where you should spend resources. So in this game, unless you're in one of the top clans, and if you're in one of the top clans, you don't really need to watch this video, but then influence doesn't matter if you're in a top clan, but if you're in a regular clan, influence will matter a fair amount. You want to try and keep it on a down low as well as you're trying to be as strong as you possibly can. And a good way to start off this video will be in this building, which is the Valkyrie's citadel. Sorry for my pronouncing, but this building is quite important, very important, I would say, for influence increase increase and decrease. Well, you can't really decrease, but to keep it on a down low. As you see, ranged are my first level. You should always choose a first level, and if you watch this video, I assume you play the game and you probably have a first level. Hopefully you haven't chosen too much. You see, I made a mistake of choosing melee as my second level when I was a beginner in the game, which I do regret today because it made my third one way more expensive and giving me a bit of unnecessary influence. Luckily, as I only have upgraded two levels completely, and the second one is my third level, it's still not that much influence. I think I would be about 50 billion less perhaps if it wasn't my third one. But the point is, I see a lot of people upgrading 4, 5, or even 6 levels out of this. And if you upgrade 6 levels of Valkyrie Citadel, then that will add over 1 trillion influence to your account, which will not work unless you're in a top 3 influence clan in the game, I would say. So focus on, in my opinion, what's ideal is having 2 different troop types. Could work with the third if the third one is scouts and only upgraded to tier 4 for the maximum. And this is only for the pure purpose of being able to unshield without letting enemies scout you for free. For a scout wall, you need tier 4 troops. So you don't need really to upgrade further down if this isn't one of the troop types that you want to play. For me personally, I play ranged and scout. Um, I can add for that as well. For all different troop types, you want tier 4 or perhaps tier 5 as your meat wall to protect your higher tiers, as it's hard to break through them and they don't give away a lot of points. Either way, let's move on. So that's Valkyries. So choose one and upgrade it as you're upgrading your city. We can start. Obviously, you need to upgrade your town and buildings. If you want to be a main account in a decent clan, you should go for Palace level 35. Once you're level 35 Palace, I would recommend, instead of doing all of the resource buildings, I have a mixture of them. I don't really have a lot of farms because I don't feel like I need the infirma capacity. I don't really. That's like up to taste really. If you want to have a lot of percentage on this, if you heal a lot of troops, I don't really heal too much. I rather retrain during clan of clan rewards, clan versus clan, sorry, for a lot of points. I have a mixture because I feel that's good for both defense and attacking. I know some people only have lumber mills and some people only have mines, for example. But before upgrading this, obviously you need one of each to level 35 in order to have the palace. If you're low on resources and if you're not maxed out on your knowledge and things, I will not upgrade those anymore. What I would focus on is upgrading the manors first because they reduce training speed up, and training tier 7 troops is very expensive in the long run on the boosts. Like they cost, like you can easily burn 5,000 weeks of boost in 10 minutes. So I would have a lot of manors and upgrade them to level 35. Then let's go to knowledge, main knowledge. This is where you will start out from. You have economics and military. Those are all quite cheap and very early stages of upgrading, which I'm pretty sure everyone watching this video probably have upgraded. And if you haven't, you see I actually haven't maxed this out, for example, the economic tab. I think it's the amount of resource that you actually can generate is so slim compared to what you will use in later game. So it's not really worth putting too much time into this. Um, what's important though in this tab in economics is that you upgrade your upgrade as far down as you can to finish up the building speed processes. You have some building speed in there. And obviously military, I don't really need to press into it. You upgrade pretty much everything except what you don't need for your troop types. But yeah, it's basically everything in order to get some, I think it's, yeah, training speed and things down there. Espionage, this, obviously I'm scout. I have scouts as one of my main troop types, so I have this upgraded. But even if you're not a scout main, I think you should focus on this one completely all the way down if you want to be able to unshield and have a strong scout defense wall of tier 4 scouts. So this is something that you can start out with, economics, military, training, but then I would say it's very important to early on get all the invader tab done, then shaman's tab done all the way through, because killing a lot of invaders and ghosts in this game is very crucial, really, really crucial. You need to make a lot of gear. You need to make gear that reduces your knowledge speed, which is, yeah, for doing knowledge, obviously, and and for making all types of gears, for making troop training gear, for making fortress fighting gear, for making town fighters gear, and everything like that. So this is very important. I recommend every time you have time and you have extra hero energy, I would always recommend to kill level 6 invaders, and or like I did, I kill like, let's say 40 Ubers every week when they were up, because they changed once a week. Um, in the long run, you will get a lot of materials and everything you need to make up the gear. And later on, which we will talk about later with the new upgrade of Helheim, you will also need a lot of material. But after you upgraded invaders and shaman tab to the max, I would focus on tier 1 to 5 troops. Use resources for all of this, except it could be possible to use gold for the absolute last level, going from 14 to 15 on tier 5. This could be worth it because it costs a fair amount of resources, but I still think you're better off using just resources. Then I would do the hero tab all the way down, and I would do tier 6 troops all the way down. Well, actually, you see I don't have it all, and that's because I don't use this troop type, and I don't need the warrior march speed, as most of you probably have plunderer subscription, which is great. Hard to play the game without it, in my opinion at least. So that's why I don't have it maxed out, because it's also, once again, it's stuff that I don't need. I don't need to waste any boosts on it. I don't need to waste resources, and it would just give me unneeded influence. Even if it's just a little bit, it still all adds up. And if you're 50 people in the same clan and all of those 50 have the unnecessary upgrades, it counts up to quite a lot. After this, obviously, you need to start on tier 7 troop type, and this is where the game starts to become expensive. Those upgrades cost a lot in resource and boosts. So I would do this with time as much as you can and use, as we have the new achievements actually, which give a lot of gold. I would, as you play the game and you're doing upgrading, I would recommend looking at all of the achievements, ask people in your clan for help for the secret achievements, because all of the achievements are definitely worth doing. They give a lot of gold in rewards, which will help you tremendously out in the game. But I would recommend to do all of those upgrades with time up to 8 out of 10. And then for the last 2 levels, it's worth using gold because one upgrade is about 15 to 30 billion gold. I mean resources of each resource. So that adds up to a huge amount of resources. So it's okay to use gold for the last ones, in my opinion. Then for the big gold consumer, which you should focus on after you have probably finished tier 6 and you're about to finish tier 7 troops. That's VIP points. This is very crucial since they updated the game from level 30 to 40 max VIP. Let's see, I'm level 40, and you see what's so important about this is this here. The attack bonuses in fortress defense and attacking. This 50%, this is very huge. And at level 39 it's 25, and at 38 it's 10%. So I would recommend everyone to focus for level 39, and this is obviously you use VIP points for this, but it's also definitely worth using gold for. So a lot of your gold will go towards VIP. And this you should also work on, well, as I said, when you're finished with main knowledge, when you have the tier 7 troops and things pretty much ready to go. After you have all your troops ready to go and you made gear for your troop specific type, and then I would go and upgrade the Iceshars that you need for your troop types, and something that's you can check out. You can just press them and look for yourself which ones you need, or just ask someone in your clan. I'm sure you have people that know which ones you would need for which troop type you have chosen. Something that's very important here is the soul shard costing Iceshars. You will get soul shards from attacking other players in different kingdoms. So during clan versus clan events and Jotunheim event and kingdom events. This one is one that costs Iceshars to upgrade. They cost quite a lot of Iceshars, soul shards. They cost quite a lot to upgrade. But what's so important about upgrading them is the permanent bonuses. A lot of people don't get this, but this is permanent. So this is always here, even if you don't have it activated. If you don't have it summoned, this is still activated, so to say. This is permanent on your account. So this is a huge upgrade. They have, like, this one has total offense. Let's see, this one has total defense. It's all 80%. So all of the Iceshars that cost soul charge, focus all your soul charge on them before going into secret knowledge. Secret knowledge, the first cost level could be worth, or at least was worth, to use gold for before VIP came. I actually would not use gold for this unless you have level 40 VIP. If you have level 40 VIP, then you can use gold for the first level, but don't use it for the second level because that costs more than 4 or 5 billion of gold. So you will only use soul charge for this, and only do this after you have finished all of your soul charge costing Iceshars, because they give more bonuses than the special knowledge. And for your gear, since the pretty recent update with Helheim into the game, you can upgrade your gear. Let's see. Sorry, the video cut out, I'm not sure why. But with the recent update, as I said, with Helheim, you can upgrade your gear. Let's see this, for example, level 5 boots. They are quite significant different from the regular, which is level 0, I think they are. Yeah, I have a boost level 0. They're 80%, so it's a huge difference. And to upgrade this, it costs a lot of materials. So always, always, always keep killing invaders, and ghosts are also very important for your runes, which takes a lot of time as well. Um, I recommend to always kill them, but especially during clan battles, because you get a lot of points in that category. Okay, and after all of that, with the invaders talk, I think something that you should work on, along with your VIP level, is definitely your hero level. And I completely forgot actually about shamans. Um, During special occasions in the bank offers, sadly, this is one of the few ways to actually get the shaman shards, I think they're called. They are called, let's see what they're called actually. They are called charms. So in order to get the charms, there are a few ghost killing events where you can get a couple shards if you complete the checkpoints. And in Jotunheim event, for example, I know you can get Raine the Wanderer charms, but this is something that's very crucial early game to get. You need to get the shamans that's for your troop types. So this one, Stig the Sharp, is for ranged, which is my main troop type. So this was one of the first I got. And then obviously you need Beggar the Big, which you start with, and you can buy. Oh, he's naked on his chest. But yeah, you can buy charms for this fella in Clan Store. So this is the easiest one to upgrade and the cheapest one, and this is for the building speed, obviously. And everyone will need Inga the Wise, as I have. This is for learning speed and also for training speed, which is the shaman you would use for both training and learning. And then very crucial for all troop types is Raine, the Wanderer. And this is for all fortress battles within the game, literally all of them. As I mentioned, level 70 hero is important to work on. It's quite cheap nowadays. Um, so this is something you should work on along with VIP points. So every time you buy some packs, you should make sure to get some hero keys in and do Trick of the God events and similar events that give you hero keys. It's important to have 70 because in the special tab in heroes skills, you can max out your main troop type. As you see, this setup for me is ranged. I have ranged health, defense, and offense maxed, along with numbers of warriors on a march maxed out. So this is pretty much how you want to set up your special skill tab. So yeah, work towards 70. I believe level 69 you can have it pretty decent. You can skip on something and have it okay, but we just work towards 70. It shouldn't be too much of a hassle. Working on upgrading all your buildings up to level 35. You shouldn't really do that until you have maxed out your main knowledge and everything else that costs resources, really, like regular resources. When you have spare, then you should start upgrading those. Obviously, as I mentioned early in the video, achievements. This is something that you should always, along with the time, work on all of them. The Bloody Jarl is a really good one. It gives a lot of bonus against higher tier troops, which is good in battles, but it's also a very costly one because it's including dismissing troop types. But I will talk about all of the achievements in a different video sometime. But the reason in this video for the achievements is because all of them reward you with gold rewards. And I believe you can get a couple billion, I would say. I'll cover that in the achievement videos, but I believe you can get a lot of gold from just finishing the achievements, and a lot of them are pretty easy to do. And obviously the gold goes towards VIP mostly. What else? Okay, I believe I just have one thing more to go through, and that's Helheim. I'm not gonna go in there now, but as you probably know from either my last video or from just experience it yourself in the game, it gives you very huge bonuses from doing the Helheim. And even if you don't have a subscription, you get 500 marks of results every day from daily bank reward. And if you finish your daily quest every day, you get another 200. And if you're part of the Northern Brotherhood, you get an additional 400. But I'm not that, sadly. But we'll do 7 rooms a day, sometimes 8 because you get some rewards in there. Either way, that's also very important. And just do like 5, 7 rooms a day, or 10 if you have the subscriptions or something. That will help you a lot for being stronger. And also something that you work on your way when you're buying like gold nuggies and stuff for upgrading your buildings, you can also get they're called shards, which is used for upgrading the town skins. A lot of people actually don't know this either, but you get the bonuses are permanent always. Not only if I select this, it's only for the cosmetics, for the looks of my town. I still have all of the bonuses from all of those, so it's important to actually upgrade all of them. As you see, all of mine are level 5 and level 5 are max. So I actually have like this total health plus 25%. That's permanent for me, even if I have this one selected. So this is also something that's quite significant within the game. You can see all of the skin bonuses, like it's pretty huge bonuses. So something to not forget. And you get a lot of star shards from all of the events. Alright, so just in order to wrap this video up, I thought I would mention a little bit on why influence is important to keep on the down low. Influence kind of works like a yo-yo effect. Like you see now, in the end of this video, I'm trained a few troops because it's middle of the week. You should always, in my opinion at least, train troops during clan versus clan events in order to have enough troops for potential stronghold sieges in the clan events and for the weekends. Weekends is normally when you lose and kill most amount of troops. And so after the weekend, before the clan events is announced, you want to have as low influence as possible, and so don't train more troops than you think that you're gonna use for the weekend. Like now for a Fury event, I made a couple 100 million tier 7 troops because I normally use a few 100 million troops there. It's important to keep it on the down low because otherwise, obviously, you will face way harder opponents. Let's say if you're in a clan with 20 people, all of you are 1 trillion, then you would be a 20 trillion sized clan. It would require a hell lot of all of you in that clan in order to success and win against other 20 trillion clans that could potentially have, let's say, 80 members. And that's all still the same strengths, just lower influence. So that's basically that. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. If you like the video, please subscribe and stay tuned for more videos. Until then, have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.